Good morning, students. My name is Akash Tiwari, and I welcome you all in today's class. Today we are going to see the separation techniques which we were discussing in the previous classes also. We are going to continue here. The separation technique is of chapter is matter around us pure, class 9, chapter number 2. Okay. So in the previous in the previous topics we have seen about various separation techniques like separating two immiscible liquids. We were using the separating funnel to separate the immiscible liquids. Then we have seen various techniques. So let's continue our next separation technique, which is separating dyes of ink using chromatography. Here see, one word is given, chromatography. It might be a new word for you. What does chromatography mean? This method is used to separate different components from a single substance. Means from one single substance you can form a multiple number of substances. First of all, try to remember this word. Chromatography. What does chromatography means? Chroma. See here, this word chroma up to here, it means color, and this word graphy, it means study. So what is being formed here, that chromatography is nothing but the study something related to color. Okay, we are studying about something which might be related to the color. Okay, this is the meaning of chromatography. About this term I was telling you, main definition is that we are separating different components from a single substance. We have a single substance that might be ink, dye, anything might be there. We can separate into the various components of it. Okay? So let's see how we are doing it. On dipping the filter paper inside water, the components of dye get separated from it. For this, we need to see this diagram. What is being given here? See here. This is a paper. Okay, this is a paper. This is a strip of paper. In a strip of paper, we put a, see, first of all, we draw a line. This distance is approximately 2 cm from the lower part of the or from the bottom of the paper. We have taken 2 cm length and we draw a line and we put an ink here. See, this is an ink. We put ink here, ink on this paper. Now what we are doing? We are dipping this paper into the beaker which is containing water. Okay, this beaker is filled with water. We are dipping this paper into this water. Okay, now see what's happening here. Dipping of paper, it doesn't mean that we have to dip whole paper completely inside it. You know, in while playing, you might have seen if you add when you add paper to the water, a little bit of paper means the bottom part of the paper, when you dip inside the water, a little portion also, then the level of water start rising upward of the paper. Water starts getting wet and wet and wet continuously. What I am trying to say, when you are taking paper and when you are dipping a little portion of it inside the water, then the level of water from this paper start rising towards upward, which means they are making wet to the paper on the upper portion also. Okay, so this thing is only we are doing here. When we are dipping a little portion of it inside the water, so what will happen? The level of water start rising upward. Because of which, what will happen when this level means the point where we have drawn this line and put a point on it. When water reaches and crosses this level, then what happens? Various components of dye starts getting separate from it. Okay, how it gets separate? Of course, all the dye whichever might be present in it will have their own solubility. Some of the dye may get separate here. Some of the dye may rise upward and get separate here, and some of the dye may rise more up and get separate in the upper portion. In this way, different dye will get separated at the different point. From this, we can get various dyes which are being present in this ink. Okay, so this was actually the whole process which I was trying to explain you. I think this might be clear for you all. Let's move further. Let's see another technique, which is separating a mixture of two miscible liquids. In the previous topic we have seen, not in today, the topic which has been done before, we have seen that we have covered about the immiscible liquids. The two liquids which were not getting mixed with each other, we have taken that. What we have taken there? We have taken oil and water. This oil and water were not getting mixed with each other. But here, these are miscible liquids. Miscible liquids are getting mixed with each other. You cannot identify where is water and where is that other liquid. Here we have taken acetone. Okay, here we will talk about acetone. So if you are taking acetone, when you will get a solution of water and acetone, you cannot identify that where is this acetone and where is this water. Okay, so how we are going to separate this? Let us see. We can mixture of acetone and water gets separated by distillation method. Very important, they can be separated by distillation method. Now what is distillation method? It is the process of separating the components of liquid mixture on the basis of their boiling point. Very important. They are getting separated on the basis of their boiling point. Remember this point. Whichever compound will be having less boiling point will start getting boiling first, and the compound which will be having more boiling point will start boiling later on. So let's see. Boiling point of acetone is low as compared to water. See, everyone knows that boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and boiling point of acetone is approximately 56 degrees Celsius. 55 to 60 degrees Celsius approximately. It means here is a difference of approximately 40 to 45 degrees Celsius temperature is difference between them. So of course, when you are going to heat this solution, okay, let's see it from diagram, then it might be understand. This is your complete distillation, this complete distillation setup. Okay, so let's see. First of all, let's see the diagram, and first of all let me explain you diagram, then we will understand the whole process. This is a distillation flask. Okay, this is a burner. This burner is giving heat to this distillation flask. In this, we are having a mixture of acetone and water inside the distillation flask, and we have put a rubber cork here so that the gas do not escape from here. What we will do, we will try to pass this gas from this opening. Okay. We have put a thermometer here so as to check the temperature, at what temperature which of the solution will start boiling. For this we need thermometer. Okay, now what is this setup? Actually this is a condenser. What is the role of condenser here? Whichever gas will come out of it. This condenser will provide a water bath, or they try to freeze this gas whichever may pass through it. Because of this freezing or because of this cold water, what will happen? The gas starts converting into liquid form, and we can get the liquid from here. Okay, so main role of condenser is to cool the gas, whichever gas might be coming out of it. Okay, so understand it? Let's continue. What is happening here? As soon as we start boiling, here is a mixture of acetone and water. When the temperature reaches approximately 55 to 60 degrees Celsius, acetone present here will start rising. Okay, because as the boiling point of acetone is 55 or 56 degrees Celsius approximately. So as soon as the temperature reaches, the acetone will start rising upward. Acetone will start rising upward. Since there is no opening here, this acetone will start passing over this condenser. And what will happen here? There is a water bath, or a condenser is being treated here. What will be the role of condenser? I have just tell you that they will provide a cold water or a water bath, so that the gas coming out of it starts cooling, so that the gas cools, and because of the cooling of the gas will start converting into liquid. From this liquid gas we can collect from over this beaker. Of course, since acetone is having low boiling point, so acetone starts rising fastly or before this water, and what happens when this acetone passes through the water condenser, they get cool, and we get the liquid acetone in this beaker. And when this whole process continues, at the end all the acetone get collected into this beaker, and water will be left behind inside it. In this way, water and acetone are separated by using the process of distillation. And what is the main principle behind it is nothing but the boiling point. The substance which is having less boiling point will start rising, or it will start boiling first as compared to the substance which is having high boiling point. I think this both might be clear to you all. So that was all about today. Thank you.